With so many car review channels out there, it can be difficult to know which one to watch. And they're great for showing you all the functions and features of a car, but once you've got your car, how do you know how to use all of those features? Hello and welcome to my channel. My name's Dave from Fish Brothers Skoda in Swindon, and I'm here to show you how to get the very best out of your Skoda. My name is Dave, and I sell Skodas. Today we're going to be doing a walk around on the new Skoda Enyaq, and here I have the estate version in the Sportline trim. To unlock the car, press the unlock button. If you press and hold the unlock button, as long as you keep it held down, it will wind your windows down for you. Press the lock button to lock the car, mirrors will fold in. Press and hold the lock button and you'll see the windows wind back up. You can also use a keyless entry, put your hand behind to unlock and against the indent on the back to lock. And if you press and hold there, that will wind your windows back up as well. And I'll show you a little bit later on how to customize it so that you can have it unlock as you walk towards the vehicle and lock again when you walk away from it. With the car unlocked, you can press on the back here to access your charging port, and you've got a key here which relates to the light on the inside. A pulsing green light means the car is charging. A flashing green light means that you have the car on a timer waiting for it to charge. A solid green light means the charging cycle has finished. Pulsing white light, you've just plugged it in and is having a think about it. And the red light means that there is an error. You've got your standard home charger port there, and if you pull that cap off, you can make use of the fast charger network. Coming around to the back of the car, there's a few ways to open it up. You've got the button just next to the camera on the reverse that you can press to open your boot. You can press and hold the boot button on your key, or you can use the kick activation. For the kick activation, wave your foot underneath and stand back. Inside the boot, you'll find your retractable blind. Press down to have that slide back. On the driver's side, you'll see a 12-volt socket there. You have hooks which fold out to secure your shopping. If you pull this lever, it will fold your seat down in front. And then on the passenger side, we have the hooks and for the passenger side seat as well. Storage bag for your cable. And this one has the transport pack giving you a level boot load there. If you slide it, you'll have access to your wheel locking nut, tow hook and your puncture repair kit. This one has no puncture repair kit as it has the self-sealing tyres. And then under here you'll see extra room for your cables and storage areas, things like this. It's a really handy feature, one of my favourites on the Skoda. Just velcros down to stop things from moving around in your boot when you're driving around. Inside the passenger door, you'll see your passenger airbag control here. And to do that, you will need to press the button on the side of the key here and pull your key out of the top, like so. You can then put your key in and twist it. And then in the bottom, you'll find your bonnet release catch. With the bonnet popped open, you can put your hand underneath the Skoda logo. There's a lever to push to the left like so. And then you have your strut, which goes in the hole next to the arrow just there. And then looking under the bonnet, you'll see that we have coolant for the batteries here. You've got your brake fluid at the back. And then over on the passenger side, your windscreen wash, your 12-volt auxiliary battery and your fuse box. Inside the driver's door, you'll find your Skoda umbrella tucked in the little cubby hole here. You've got your boot release catch here as well. If you give it a pull, it will pop your boot open. If you pull and hold it, keep it held, and as long as you're keeping it held, it will close your boot for you as well. And then on the driver's seat, you'll see it's electronic. You've got your backrest, which can be angled forwards and backwards. You can then slide your seat forward and slide your seat backwards. If you use the rear half of it, it will raise your seat or lower it. If you use the front half of it, it will adjust the angle of the seat. Then have your lumbar support, which you can push further up your back, down your back, more pressure into your back or less pressure into your back. And then once you've got it in the perfect position, you can press set and the number. You'll hear a chime come from the dash, and that will be saved in that position for you. And then this button here is for your massage seats. As soon as you sit in your Enyaq, you'll see the car start to come to life. The dash will wake up, as will the infotainment screen. Now, your virtual cockpit here is controlled using the right hand side of the steering wheel, and you can see you've got three distinct segments. The left side shows your front assist, the middle section your speed, battery percentage and range and road sign recognition, and the right side is customizable between your sat nav and your driving data. If you press the right button, what it will do is it will open up this side a bit further. And if you press the right button again, it will switch it to the route guidance for the sat nav. Press the right button again to get back to the driving data. If you click the roller, it will go from since start to long term since charging. So to click on the roller just here to do that. If you press the left button, it will bring it back to all three screens. Press the left button again and you'll see front assist and adaptive cruise control there. And then the right button puts it back to the three screens. If you press the assist button here, you can see you've got travel assist, and you can use the roller to go to adaptive cruise control and then to speed limiter, and you click the roller to select. These functions are controlled using the stalk just to the left of the steering wheel. You can set your speed by pressing the set button, and then increase the speed and decrease the speed using the rocker. You can cancel and resume, and you can turn off completely by pushing it all the way back. For the adaptive cruise control and the travel assist, you can change the distance between you and the vehicle in front by using the rocker on the top, and you'll see an indication on the top left, so you're following far, following close, or somewhere in the middle. And when you do this, it will move in 5 mile/h increments. If you press and hold the set button, it will move down in 1 mile/h increments. To the right of the steering wheel, you'll see your light controls. You have your rear fog light here, on and off. You'll get a confirmation on your display here. You then have your poor weather light function. This is good for when there's a lot of spray on the road and you want your low beam activated. And then you've got the auto button. You can press this and this will switch between auto, dipped beam, side lights and off. On the driver's door, you'll see your mirror controls. You can adjust your left mirror up, down, left and right, and your right mirror. Heated mirror function, and you can fold your mirrors in. You'll then find your electric windows front and rear, and child locks for the rear doors. Behind the steering wheel on the right, you'll find your windscreen wipers. One's down for a single wipe, one's up, and this will be for your rain sensitive automatic wipers. You've got the rocker on the top, which you can change it from low sensitivity up to high sensitivity. You then have your standard low speed and high speed. Pull it towards you to squirt the windscreen, away from you to activate the rear wiper, and all the way back to squirt the rear window. On the left hand side, you'll find your indicators. You've got your convenience turn signal. This will flash 3 times, or push it all the way and it's good until cancelled. If you pull the switch towards you, it will flash your high beam. Push it away from you and your matrix lights will be activated. And you'll see you've got the A in white there. That means that they're active and ready to go. Being that I'm filming this in daylight, the low beam is currently on. It will go blue when your high beam is on, and it will automatically blank out areas of the high beam to avoid dazzling oncoming traffic. On the left hand side of the steering wheel, you've got your media control. You can skip between radio stations and music tracks using the arrow buttons, and you can do the volume up and down using the roller, and you can press to mute and unmute. Heated steering wheel, press it once for full power and you get an indication on the dash here as well. Twice for medium, 3 times for low, and then 4 times will turn it off. You then have your speech recognition through the onboard assistant Laura, which I'll show you more about a little bit later on. Coming up to the top of the car, you've got an SOS button hidden under here. If you press that red button, the car will use its own inbuilt SIM card, speakers and microphone to dial 999 for you. So only press that in the event of an emergency. You then have your touch activated lights. Just touch the glass to turn on and off. You can also press here to turn them both on and off. This one will stop the lights from turning on when you open the doors. Then have the I for infotainment. This, if you press this button, the car will dial Skoda customer service, and then the spanner is your breakdown call button. Press that to call Skoda Assist. Coming beneath the infotainment screen, you'll see physical buttons along here. On the left, we've got assist functions. Press that and it'll pull up the driver assist settings, and you can either have it as a view like so or in a list format. It's easy to turn the assist features off just with a click of the button. If you click the arrow button, you can go into the settings. Now, it'll be active every time you get in the car, as it is a safety system. However, steering wheel vibration can be set to default to on or off as you wish. Speed warning, again, active every time you get in the car. But you can choose whether it gives you display and sound or just displays a flashing warning. And the warning threshold can be set at the speed limit, 3 miles an hour over or 5 miles an hour over. You can also have it make a sound every time you change from one speed zone into another. Your attention monitor, you can adjust the sensitivity from low to medium to high, and whether you get an audible warning as well. And then the drowsiness monitor, you can adjust the sensitivity in here. Your front assist, or your automatic emergency braking, will display a distance warning. If you do swerve, it will support you to make sure you maintain control of your vehicle. And also, if any oncoming vehicles are coming, it will assist you. Adaptive cruise control, you can have it set so that it defaults to the last distance that you've selected using the rocker, or you can have it default to close, medium or far for the adaptive cruise control. You can have it react to the speed limit and also to the road layout as well, so it will slow down for sharper corners and then speed up and slow down based on the road sign recognition. Speed limiter, you can also choose whether it reacts to the speed limit or not. And then your Eco Assist, your automatic recuperation assistance. With this one, if you take your foot off the accelerator and are not using the brakes, if you're coming up towards a junction or getting too close to the vehicle in front, the car will automatically start braking for you. And this will put as much power back into the battery as possible for you. You can turn that function off if you want to. And the last one on here is your side assist or lane change system. You can adjust the intensity of the light, and you'll see that it is on the side here, and it will just illuminate when someone is in your blind spot. Coming back down to the buttons underneath, we've got the mode button here. If we press that and continue to press it, you can cycle between eco, normal, sport, traction and individual. You click the button there, it'll pull up the full screen, and you can then go into adjust to change the driving dynamics of the vehicle. You can customize it how you would like. You then have the park button. If we press that, that will pull up your cameras. You have the front camera there, and if you click on the rear one here, it will then change to the rear camera and then back to front. You also have the wide angle camera option like so, and if you press the side, you can see the two sides. If you click the car, it brings up the 360 camera enlarged for you. You can also press the park button to turn your sensors off if they're going off, if you're waiting somewhere and quite close to a wall, for example. You then find your hazard lights, lock and unlock the doors, and then 3 climate control buttons. Before I press those, I'll show you that the climate control stays on here Even when you turn the screen off, you've still got the driver's temperature, passenger temperature, and the heated seat option. If you want to demist your windscreen, press that button. It will put the blowers on the windscreen on full power. You've got your rear window demister there. And if you press climate, it comes up with the options on here as well. So you can turn the air conditioning off, your recirc function, and change the fan directions, or put it on automatic. Under automatic, if you're finding that it's blowing too hard, you can change it to medium or to low. And it will blow hard to achieve a temperature and slow down to maintain it, or you can use the manual fan speed there. You can also use your voice control to do that. More about that in a little while. Below the buttons at the back, you'll see two USB-C charging ports, and then you have a wireless phone charging pad on the driver's side. Two cup holders. In the middle, you've got room for a parking ticket. And you can pull this out and move it across to the side if you've got a larger cup that won't quite fit. You'll then find your gears. You'll see we're currently in not in gear at all. Foot on the brake and pull it down. That will put it into drive mode. This is your normal driving. Push the accelerator to go, press the brake to slow down and stop. When you're using the brake, you'll feel that it is regenerating the battery. On here, you'll see a green line. When you're pressing the accelerator, the harder you press it, the more energy you're using, and the more the green line will be filled. And then the blue line, the more you fill that, the more power you're putting back into your battery. If you pull it down a second time, it puts it into B mode, or regenerative braking. This one acts like engine braking. So if you take your foot off the accelerator, it will start slowing down as well. Push it all the way to the top for reverse. You'll see your sensors and cameras come up automatically. And then to take it out of gear when you finish driving, pull the P lever up with your foot on the brake and you'll see it takes it out of gear. There is a neutral function here. If you put it into neutral, it will say, do you want to deactivate the rollaway protection? This would be, for example, if you're getting towed. Then have room for a couple of trolley coins. And your armrest here. This works on a ratchet system, so you can have different heights. And then under here, you'll see you've got a removable storage tray, glasses storage compartment at the bottom, and a bungee to hold on to any paperwork. If you're enjoying this video so far, please don't forget to hit that like button and the subscribe button as well. To turn the infotainment on and off, you can press and hold the power button, and you'll see various different screens that you can swipe between for different backgrounds, clock faces, etc. Press and hold the power button for a second to turn back on. You then have the volume bar at the bottom, which you can slide up and down to change the volume. At the bottom of the screen, we've got various symbols. If we press the squares, this will bring up all of your apps. We've got the air conditioning one, which does exactly the same as pressing the climate button just there. And then we have Laura. Now, Laura is your onboard voice assistant. If you click activation, you can change the activation command, or you can say one of these two commands to activate the command. You can also turn the voice activation off. If you turn the voice activation off, you're still able to access the voice commands through this button here. And then if you go to tips, this one's well worth investigating. You've got many different functions that you can use Laura for. For example, navigating to different places, points of interest, home or work if you've got them saved in there, turning the volume up and down for the announcements. You've got your telephone here, calling various people. Radio and media, so you can listen to the music, radio, turn the radio off, pause music, change the station, select from your music selection. Air conditioning, this is one of my favourite ones. I use this one all the time. Setting the temperature, direct the airflow towards the windscreen so you don't have to use the touchscreen while you're driving. Or say something like my feet are cold and it will start warming up in the footwell. If the driver says it, it will activate it on the driver's side. If the passenger says it, it will activate it on the passenger side. Lots and lots in here that you can do with your voice control. So well worth having a look through the tips on here to see all the things that you can do. If you go to users, this is where you'll get set up as the main user of the vehicle. And this is how you'll connect your Skoda app. The My Skoda app, all one word, My Skoda, will be downloaded from your app store, and this will give you remote access to the vehicle. So you can do things like set the time of the charging, or preheat, pre-cool, etc. Find your car, all sorts of functions on there. So well worth downloading the My Skoda app and getting that set up. You then have your sound menu. You've got Canton sound system on this one, so your subwoofer and all your equalizer settings, position of the sound focus, volume settings for various bits, how much it will adjust the volume based on your speed, the maximum it will switch on at when you get in the car, how much it reduces when you're parking. And then if you go into settings here, you've got a few extra ones in there as well. Back into the apps menu, and then you've got your general settings. Under screen, you'll see the different backgrounds that you can choose, whether you want the screensaver when you turn the infotainment off or just a blank screen. You go to connection, you can add and remove mobile devices through here, and you've got your Wi-Fi settings as well. You'll then find your information for the system and copyright, and a configuration wizard which helps you get everything set up. Under tips and help, this is a bit like an online manual for you. You do have your manual there, all the different things that you can do. So again, another one that's well worth having a look through just to see all the extra bits that I can't quite get into this video today. Information about software, and then you've got your PowerPass map. So once you've downloaded the My Skoda app and got connected, you can access the PowerPass map, where you'll find different charging stations on your routes. Service scheduling will come through onto here, and you'll need to log in as the main user to get that set up. And the shop, once you've connected via the app, you'll be able to access the shop to purchase additional packs for your car. Swipe across and you've got service campaigns. Anything that comes up will come through on here, alerting you for any warranty recalls, etc. Special offers will come through on this one. Then you have your legal information. Traffication, this is for your updates on what's happening on the roads, if there's any delays, any queues. And then under your app updates, this one's quite important to keep an eye on. All of your app updates should happen over the air, and they'll download in the background while you're driving, and next time you get in the car, it will ask you to install them. Once you've clicked install, it will do it in the background so you can continue to drive. The next button on the screen is for your Android Auto or Apple CarPlay. Once you've connected your phone, you'll be able to access your apps through here. And this symbol will change to either the Android or the Apple symbol. The arrow is for your navigation. You'll find the search menu at the top here, and you can enter an address, point of interest, or favorite. You've got your map orientation, top down north, top down and rotating, or 3D map. You've also got this one so you can filter what charging stations are shown on here. And in your settings, whether you want the electric vehicle route planner on there, automatically planning charging stops if it works out that you're not going to make it on the charge that you have. And if we go back to the map, you can also use the volume bar to pinch to zoom in and out as well. Phone one is for your Bluetooth connection for your phone, and then you have your media in here. Under radio, select a radio station, and then you can go to favorites, and you can press and hold to create a favorite in each of these, and you'll see another plus will keep adding on every time you go through. Under settings, You'll find your radio, media and sound settings, and under radio you'll find things like your traffic program, where other radio stations will interrupt your normal listening to give you updates on what's happening on the road. Switching stations, when you use the arrow buttons on the steering wheel, you can either switch between all stations or just between the favourites that you've set up. You can have the car automatically switch to a similar radio station if your reception is poor for the one you're listening to. And then we have the home screen at the bottom here. And if you want to customize the home screen, press and hold, and it will enter edit mode. And then you can select what you want to see in each menu. Click done when done, and it will save that setting for you. At the top of the screen, you've got your privacy settings. You can then set yourself up as the main user through the user button there. Volume control. If you click the clock, you've got the clock settings, whether you want it automatic or set it manually. You then have 5 keys here, and these are 5 hotkeys. You can press and hold to enter edit mode, and then you have 3 pages of settings in here. So things like you can have your battery heating up there, lane assist, automatic hold, parking sensors, assist systems, recirculation. Lots of different options for you to customize that. Press done when done, and it will save it. The last button on the top right brings up your vehicle settings. If we click vehicle, you'll see vehicle, status and data down the right hand side, and the vehicle tab, exterior and interior. Starts with the mirrors. You click there, you've got synchronize adjustment. That will mean that if you adjust the right mirror, it adjusts the left mirror by the same amount at the same time. Lower in reverse gear. If you have the mirrors pointing to L on here, and then pop the car into reverse, it will dip your left mirror for you, giving you a better view of the curb. And fold in when locking. As soon as you lock the door, it will fold the mirrors in for you. Under headlights, you'll find your dynamic light assist, cornering light and sensitivity settings, and travel mode, driving on the right or the left. Comfort light, light animation, and whether the car light switch on when you approach it. And you're coming home and leaving home duration, that's how long your headlights stay on for when unlocking and leaving the car. And then you have tyres, your tyre pressure loss indicator. You can reset the sensors once you've changed the pressure of your tyres. You can also set a speed warning if you put winter tyres on, for an example. You can set it to whatever the maximum speed rating is for the tyres that you have on the vehicle. There's 4 little dots at the bottom here, which means we can swipe across to the next screen. Under brakes, you'll see the electronic stability control system is active. That's your traction control. You can turn that off if you need to. Rollaway protection, and I showed you putting the car into neutral, it always asks this. You can turn that function off and you can deactivate it in here as well. Your auto hold for your handbrake is active in there as well. Easy open, that's your kick activation for the boot. You can turn that function off and on. For your windows, you've got the convenience opening. On all the windows, you can have it set so that using the key fob only opens the driver's window, or turn that function off. And then opening and closing. CASI is your keyless entry safety and security system, which is active. You can have the vehicle lock when you walk away from the vehicle and unlock when you approach it. And if you select the locking it when walking away, you can have an acoustic warning if it fails. And clicking the unlock button or putting your hand behind the handle can be set to unlock all the doors, just a single door, or that side of the vehicle. Easy open, again, that's the kick activation for the boot. And the interior monitoring is your alarm. On the final page of this one, you've got your wipers. If you click there, they'll wipe automatically in the rain, provided that you have set it to that first intermittent function on there, and the sensitivity is controlled using the top rocker. If you have this one selected and you put the car in reverse, it will wipe the rear window for you automatically. And you can put the wipers in their service position from this screen or on there so that you can change your wiper blades. For the interior, you've got your interior lighting. You can adjust the intensity. Your seats, you've got easy entry on the driver's seat here. So it will move back when you want to get out the car, and once you get in the car, it will slide you forwards, making it easier to get in and out. Heads-up display is active. This projects onto your windscreen. You've got the augmented reality, and you can adjust the position in here by going up and down, and you'll see that moving on the screen. And you've got the brightness, color scheme. If it's snowing outside, because the main display is white, you can adjust it so that it is a blue display, make it easier to see. Then you can adjust the content that you see on the heads-up display in here. And then driving data, you've got your resets in start, long term and trip recorder. So lots of information under the vehicle tab here. If we go to status, you can see the service. Click there and it'll tell you when your inspection service is due. And tyres, another way to get to reset the tyre pressures. And then your data shows your since start, long term and since charging performance. Going back into vehicle settings, you'll see your assist systems here. That does the same as pushing the assist button on here or from the hotkey up there. Parking brings up and removes your parking sensors. And then we have charging. This can be controlled using your app as well, and you can use the slider to say where you want it to stop charging. It's recommended to charge it to 80% regularly, 100% if you know you're going to be using that top end of the battery the following day. Under optimize, you can see that where we're quite full up at the moment, currently if we plug it in, it will charge up to 23 kilowatts. We can have it charge as fast as 43 kilowatts if we heat the battery up. And you can do that in there. You can set various positions as charging locations. And then under the settings, you've got your battery care mode, so it will default to 80%. And you've got your route planner, bidirectional charging, and whether you want to reduce the AC charging current, and also always unlock the AC cable, so when it finishes charging, it will unlock for the next person to take it out and use. Back into the vehicle menu, you've then got your driving profiles, which again does the same as pressing the mode button on here. Stationary air conditioning, really easy to use through the app or through here. Set the temperature that you want, and then for the times, come into here and you can select the time that you want the car to be nice and warm or cooled down for you. And you can either have it set to just do once or repeat. If you know that you're leaving the same time every morning, Monday to Friday, you can have it set like that. Make sure when you do this, you click the button to say that you want it to be active on here. Finally, in the vehicle settings, we have our background lighting, and you can adjust it based on a profile. The Skoda, you've got a nice green background, and it will also illuminate the light bars along here and along the doors as well in green. Winter, you've got a lovely icy blue. Summer, a nice bright warming orange. Ocean, race, individual mode. And you can switch off. Alternatively, if you go into individual, you can adjust the colors yourself, and you can see the brightness settings in here. Thank you very much for watching. If you found this helpful, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button, and share this video with anyone who you know who might be looking at an Enyaq or already has one. Many thanks, and I'll see you in the next one.